Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Chins and Giggles, y'all. What episode are we on?
We're on episode 6 already.
Period.
That's crazy.
So, as you guys can see, if you're watching from YouTube, we got some cupcakes.
Why do we always have food on this podcast?
It's our second time with food, girl. Wait. Oh, shit.
No, I feel like we always, like, and you know what? Like, not everybody is a fan of, like, the food. But we are.
No, yeah, it was Mia's birthday. That's why we have the cupcakes.
Yes, guys, Mia's birthday just passed recently, and it was fun. She's 1 year old now. I have a 1 year old, which is like really crazy to say because it flew by like really fast. She's actually here. Should I bring her in?
You can hear her, yeah. Come on in, birthday girl. Give it up to the birthday girl.
Come here. Am I still loud?
Can we light this up, bro? You want to help us real quick? My nails are not gonna let me.
You know, Mia. You guys, Mia is here today.
Hey, that's for you, mama. Let's sing happy birthday to her on the podcast.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Mia, I actually just like threw her hair up real quick. She woke up not too long ago, so look, mama, it's a cake.
That's for you.
You happy to me, girl.
Oh, shoot to my hands.
Mira, Mia. Oh my God. There's a candle and a cupcake.
Excited.
Look.
My heart.
Whoa. I don't think she's ever seen a candle this up close. Like for her birthday, she saw it, but like I don't think she's seen it in her face like that.
Oh my gosh, she looks so cute. I need to take a picture of this.
Ay, mi amor. Can you get a little boomerang, Mayra?
Yeah.
Mira, Mia. Oh my goodness. Look. No, be careful. Be careful.
Oh my goodness, Mia. She's 1 year old. Like, what is going on?
Oh my God. She's so amazed right now.
I know. You guys have to see this from YouTube. She's literally jumping up and down.
Be careful, mommy. Be careful. She wants the candle like so bad.
She wants it.
Hold on, mommy.
Mia, can we get an ASMR?
Oh, not her messing my mic up, girl.
Can we get an ASMR moment, girly, on your mic?
No? I mean, Mia.
Okay.
Say something to the mic.
Let's sing happy birthday to her. Hey, loca. Okay, ready?
Something else? Okay, let's sing happy birthday to Mia. All right.
Not us standing up.
Like Marilyn Monroe.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday, dear Mia. Happy birthday to you. Yay! I want to cry. She's so happy.
Oh, I can't even see her face.
Oh, she was so excited.
1, 2.
Blow it. Que le muera, que le muera. Put her face in. Shove her whole face in it.
Can you hold this? A ver, Mia.
Ay, Mia loca.
She's celebrating 3 times. Her birthday party, her birthday, and the podcast.
Period.
It's a birthday month, huh, mama? A ver, take a bite.
Hermosa.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yummy.
She's such a queen.
You like
oh
it,
my
Mia?
gosh, she was so like happy, Karina. When we were singing to her, she looked so excited.
Hey,
look.
I have a 1 year old. What the hell, y'all? Like, I'm like, is she an infant still or is she a toddler? I don't get it. It went by like way too quick though, but
when does the toddler stage start?
Girl, I don't even know. But I feel like literally this whole past week has just been like, okay,
ooh, girl, she gonna get you dirty.
She mama.
She definitely got it on your hoodie.
Bro.
Production.
Come get your kitty. It's like I'm her mom. All right, Mia, we love you, girly, but
party's over.
Oh, shit. Mia, mommy,
should we have a cupcake? Oh, give her the cupcake.
Yeah, come get your pancake. Ay, Tinky girl, your face is so dirty. Here, take your cupcake. Raul's gonna hate me right now that he has to clean her up.
Are you gonna have a cupcake, girl?
I am. I just need a napkin real quick, or should I just eat it? Should I just eat my sweater? It's ruined. Period.
These are good. Anyways, birthday girl, all grown up. That is crazy.
That's all. Like this week was literally just dedicated to like planning her party.
It was all her.
Her birthday. Also, like we
Can
did.
we talk about how Karina really dressed up like Shrek? I mean Fiona. Honestly, queen.
We actually did it, guys. You know what's funny? I was like talking to Raul about. I'm like, should we even do it? Maybe we won't do it. But everybody says, well, since they watched the podcast, I didn't think they were gonna hold me like to it, you know. And days leading up to her birthday, everybody was like, oh my god, the Shrek thing is coming up. And then like the day before, they were like, can't wait to see tomorrow you guys dressed up. I was like, oh my god, they remembered.
I was getting a lot of messages like, not you being the one that suggested it and didn't dress up. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even think about it like that.
She played me. I was good.
No, because I think we all assumed, like me, Luis, even Marisol, we were all saying we were down for it. But I think when it came down to it, I didn't think like we were actually gonna do it. So I started seeing your stories, you and Raul, like green as fuck. I was like,
no, we were like, let's do it.
I thought maybe when you said you were going to party today, I'm like, oh, she's gonna get like a pack of like the ears. So I just came like dressed like normal. I'm like, we're just gonna pop on ears.
No, but I made them. I ended up making them because it was very last minute. But you know what? Like a part of me was like, oh shit, like her first birthday pictures, like this is us as Shrek. Like this is our memories as her first birthday.
And she's gonna look back and be like, damn, they really did that shit.
That's what I was gonna say. At first I was like, wait, these are the pictures she's gonna see of her first birthday. But she is gonna have her birthday party, like her actual birthday. But then I was like,
I'm really proud of my parents.
That's like a core memory right there.
100%.
Like I would show her, like, you know, this is like, I feel like she would appreciate it later. Like, oh my god, they really dressed up like fucking Shrek and Fiona.
I love it.
But
I'm here for it, girl. But it was a moment. And she was thriving. She was also she was like a little baby ogre from
she was like supposed to be like an ogre too.
Yeah. Queen. That was so freaking cute. But her birthday is this weekend. We just got our nails done yesterday. Okay, talk about this ASMR though. Oof. Period. I love doing this in general, like when I have new nails. I just got a pedicure yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Did you get a pedicure?
I didn't actually.
It takes off my sock. I'm just kidding.
I got one like a couple weeks ago.
Okay, period.
What else did you do this week?
I was watching actually that one show on Netflix.
What show?
What the fuck is it called? What that one show Lupita was telling us about?
The Ultimatum?
Oh, The Ultimatum. Yeah.
But you watched it, but you didn't know the name of it?
I just forgot it right now, but I watched it. No, I knew the name, but I forgot it in the moment. Right. But The Ultimatum, girl, have you seen that episode?
I haven't watched
that show.
I haven't watched it. What is it about?
It's about couples that go, like, they basically, it's like you and Raul go to like this dating. I didn't watch all of it, so I feel like I'm gonna sound really stupid. But basically, you guys go to this like show thing where that you start dating other people.
Why?
Because it's like an ultimatum. You're like, you know, it's not like say, I don't know, same. I don't know, for example, like me and Brian go where I'm like, okay, I don't know where this is going. Like, I want to get married and settle down and have kids, and maybe you're not ready. Like let's go on this show and see if we can find somebody else that maybe, you know, does want to do that, or you know, maybe it actually ends up fixing your relationship and you end up staying with them. Like, you know, you're like you're putting your relationship on, you're risking your relationship. So like if you take Raul, like there's a chance that he's gonna find another bitch.
So you have to go on a date with people?
Yeah, you're dating. You're considered single for sure. You're dating other people. And I was watching one where like you just start seeing the different perspectives. Like if, for example, like if someone didn't want to have kids and the other one did, and you're seeing all these people date, and a lot of these guys will take her without wanting kids, and then the other couple starts getting upset, like they really are willing to take her without having kids. No, fuck that. I want to keep her. Like it just yeah. It's so weird.
Oh my god.
I would not do it. Like I've actually put myself in that spot. I'm like, why fix something that's not broken? That's like if your relationship is like clearly, I mean, you want to change. Like, clearly something's fucking wrong in your relationship. But, like, the chances of you walking out together are so slim. Like, you're going to find somebody else. Oh, my God. I was watching one, Karina. There was 2 separate couples. This girl and a guy. They meet, and they literally, like, are so similar. So similar. Like, they are from, like...
The couples are similar?
No. Like, they're all couples spread it around just dating.
2 people.
2 people that meet. And they both have their boyfriend and girlfriend on the side. And they're like super similar. Like they literally are like meant for one another.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he's even saying, he's like, you know, I really wanted to marry my girlfriend, but now I'm meeting somebody that completely understands me, that knows me more than she does. And
oh hell no.
Yeah, Karina, it's so fucking crazy.
Knows me more than she does.
Like
bitch,
relates more to her. Like, and then some of them are even like, it's not even about the looks. Like there was this girl where she was like pretty and stuff, but like this other guy was not, like, they don't click to like marry each other, and he was like clicking with somebody else. It's fucking crazy.
Girl, I can't.
And like, then you see them start getting flirtatious.
No.
And you're thinking like, and then there's like, you're like, say you're like you're at dinner and you're like seeing Raul like laughing with somebody else at dinner, and she's like, why the fuck is he laughing? Like, what conversation are they having that's so funny? Yeah. And they start getting serious. Like they start falling for each other.
No. See, that's the thing. Like, why would you go on?
You're testing it's an ultimatum though. Like, you know, but you're going in there to like
for you to actually go on that show,
pendejos. Imagine,
like dead ass. Like you already got problems.
I'm gonna have problems even if I'm gonna have problems after, even if we stay together. I'm gonna be like, how fucking dare you? But obviously, it's an agreement that they're both doing, so they're both fucking agreeing to this. You
gotta to sign up for a show like that and then be shocked in the end.
And the ones offering the ultimatum, sometimes like even the ones that didn't want to go end up fucking finding somebody else.
Oh. Nope, absolutely not.
It's just crazy. I'm way too fucking jealous for that. I would not be able to. I mean, I don't even consider myself jealous like that, but come on now, girl.
You're asking for shit to
I'm
go
way
down.
too fucking human to not want my man freely cheating on me like that.
Absolutely not.
Like, hell no.
No.
I would still consider that cheating. I don't know. I mean, it's fucking weird.
I don't know. It's just like, you know what? Maybe some of those people need that. Maybe they needed that.
Oh,
to
yeah.
meet, like, who they were
if your
really
relationship is that bad, like, yeah, you need to, like, before you make a huge step, like, marry each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they, you know, maybe they needed that. And sometimes you're with somebody and sometimes you could be with them like de costumbre. You know, there's people like that.
That's literally
like,
what the show.
Yeah. Like, you could just be comfortable, and maybe that is what they needed to, like, break out of that.
That's what it is.
It's like,
but then they start getting jealous once they actually start realizing that they are better off with someone else, or like, oh, you can't have her.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like one of those things like that you just don't.
It's like that with the right person. It's like that dicho that goes like, what you don't do to her, somebody else will. Like they start realizing that shit.
That's crazy.
They're like, oh fuck, like somebody actually doesn't like. It's like you and Raul, right? Like,
nah,
like there's another girl that's actually really making him happy, and maybe she has qualities that you don't have that he loves.
She's skinny. Oh,
bitch. She's a baddie. Like, what?
Oh, no. But, I mean, that's crazy.
But it's funny because, like, how I was thinking about that couple that's, like, super similar. I was like, I get it. This is your guys' perspective that you guys are going to, like, last. But I feel like sometimes opposites are better for each other.
Sometimes opposites attract. I feel like me and Raul could be pretty opposites.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's a thing where
you could have very similar beliefs. I think in order to like work out, you have to have very similar beliefs.
You gotta have similar morals.
Yes,
down.
morals.
That's all that matters. You can be 2 completely different people, and when it comes down to your morals, I think that's what
yeah.
You know,
what is something that you're like, okay, I mean, obviously you have Raul, but like what's something that like check, it needs to be like this or it won't work out?
Like, do I have my checklist? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like,
I mean, I need you to be like a good person.
Yeah.
Like, a piece of shit guy, like, oh, hell no. Like, I feel like
Raul is a really good person.
The biggest thing that stood out to me about Raul was that he was such a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, such a nice guy.
Yeah. Because
I've experienced, like, what is it called? Like a toxic relationship. Mm-hmm. And you learn from that and think like this shit is not normal. Like this is not what anybody deserves, bitch. So, you know, I feel like that's the biggest thing. Be a good person. Be a good man to me. And I feel like that's probably the biggest thing. Kids. You need to have goals. You need to, like, I feel like being on the same page with wanting kids. Because there's people that sometimes, like, you might marry them and you might want kids and that person might not. And you never like, talk about it. Marriage. And maybe you don't even, like, you know, you're not open about it. And then later on, it's like, I told you I didn't want kids. And then, like, that could lead, like, to, like, divorce right there. I feel like you got to be really, really transparent about what you want and what you don't want. Yeah.
I feel like for me, you have to be a good guy too. I feel like Brian and Raul, they're very like similar with like being good guys.
Very handy.
Very handy. I don't like ever see Brian like disrespecting me like that. Like machista or anything. I can't do that.
No. A list of what I don't want. Machista on top, bitch.
Yeah. I will say you have to be like it's important for me for you to believe in God because like that's like such a big. Oh,
I see that. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Me too.
Like nothing against atheists, but I wouldn't be able to like date an atheist because like we're not on the same page in general. Like that's a huge part of my life.
I don't want to hear you like making jokes about it.
Yes,
or, you know, seeing my religion as a joke or just you know.
Yes,
you don't have to be super religious.
We have to be on the same page with that.
We have to be on the same page.
You have to want to have kids with me. I mean, not have to. See, that's like I wouldn't force it on them, but like naturally, I would want you to have kids. I would want you to be a good like dad. I mean, obviously we would see that like down the future, but I feel like those are like important.
Definitely,
like, super super important. But I feel like being too similar also, like how I was telling you in the ultimatum, like sometimes that doesn't work out. You know what I mean?
I feel
people
like
balance one another.
I was gonna say like I feel like the perfect example is like Kim and Pete.
Yeah,
like, they're. I feel like opposites. I would never picture him with
that's what she
her
needed,
with him
though.
It is what she needed, and I feel like nowadays, like I don't know if it's like a trend or what it is, like where like opposites, not opposites. It's like what's the word? I guess like off-brand is what they're using the term for, like off-brand relationships. Like Kim Kardashian, you would never imagine her with.
I mean, Davidson. It definitely shouldn't be a trend, but like. It's interesting.
I think people are, you know, I actually like that. I love it. Are like looking out of their comfort zone. I feel like her
being with Pete, like he's humbling her. I'm sure
it's like Courtney, yeah,
Courtney and
why the fuck?
You forget Travis,
yeah. I'm like, I know who he is. I'm just an idiot with names, but it's like them. They're like also like opposites too.
Yeah. I love it. I'm here for
or
it.
People, I feel like right now.
Think about Kanye and Kim. They're both like huge, and like you would think like power couple goals, and like their fucking marriage went down the drain. You know what I mean?
Literally,
it's like, and I mean they're very opposite, like personality wise, but like in like celebrity world, they're very like they're there together.
Very powerful up there,
and I feel like. Pete, obviously he's huge too, but I feel like her being with Pete, like you just don't expect it.
You don't expect it. I feel like she comes across to me as like a perfectionist and like very like,
but I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like her being with him, like it might have like humbled her a little bit more.
That's true, because
in a good way. You know what I mean?
I feel like she gives me like conservative energy a little bit, like very
like tidy, very like out there. Like
I see her like really tidy and very like and you see him that's like such like a just like. You know, so super chill and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it is exactly what she needed.
I'm here for it for sure.
Would
you say you and Roll are like opposites, kind
of? Not like crazy opposite. Like we think the same things are funny and like we have like the same humor and stuff, but not like. I think we're opposites in the way that like he's more like way more calm. And,
I was gonna say you guys are opposites.
I'm way more talkative and way more crazy.
Yeah.
And Raul's like. Super calm.
I'm like the calm one. Brian's like the more talkative, like jokester for sure. But that's why I'm saying you need balance with opposites because
I like that people are.
I could have like an attitude sometimes. I could be going off on Brian, and like we have that balance where he's just chilling back, like she's having her moment.
Exactly. If I was dating someone like me, bitch.
Oh, bitch, I could not date somebody like me.
Which you know what's funny? I feel like. I did date someone like me in the past, and it's like, whoa.
Nobody would shut up.
Like,
You need balance.
You need that balance because it's a lot, and that's kind of also how you learn your own flaws, bitch. Because you're like, he's crazy, but he's just like me, bitch. Something's got to change here. She got to grow a little bit,
Oh, very.
Like opposites in general, or like I like how everybody's normalizing, like dating people out of their comfort zone. Or for example, like Zendaya, like her man is like shorter. Isn't he? Is he younger?
Okay, short.
I don't know if he's young. Girl, I'm sorry.
Wait, is he younger or shorter?
I'm sorry.
He's shorter.
You know what? Have you heard of Short King Spring?
I'm here for it.
Short King Spring, mama.
I'm a support from a distance just because I don't think I could. But I'm clapping with you, girl.
So the Short King Spring is basically, Short King Spring, like dating. It's the era of dating short men.
What are your thoughts? Would you date someone shorter than you?
I have dated someone shorter than me. And they're little, but they're spicy. It's too much, girl.
Oh,
it's like a chihuahua. Like, how they act so big and bad. Like, that's what the animals. And I don't want to compare like that. And I'm not comparing animals here. I'm not comparing. I'm not calling this person a dog. But they're like, in my personal experience, they're a little spicy. Mm-hmm. Little and spicy.
I mean, you don't want like that experience to make you think that every short guy is like that.
No. This is just my personal experience.
But I am gonna tell you, like, I wouldn't be able to just because like I wouldn't. And then like sometimes I wear heels too. I'm not gonna look fucking huge next to you.
No, yeah. No, but you know what? I like it though. I like that. You shouldn't judge.
I'm not judging. I'll tell you that.
Like, you guys shouldn't judge someone for being with someone who's shorter, etc. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, when I was in that relationship, I was self-conscious about it because everybody would like say that he was shorter than me, and I'm sure to him it was even more, but like more self-conscious, knowing that I'm like this fucking tall ass bitch next to him. And it's not that I'm like, I mean, he was just like,
it's like I'm already like on the bigger side, bitch. I'm gonna look huge next to you.
That part, like, I'm already fat and tall, like, girl. And it's not that like I'm overwhelmingly tall and this guy was like average height and I just looked big next to him. He was like, actually he was short. He was considered short, yeah. But I think you should date whoever you want, mama.
Oh yeah, I don't think, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, that is on my checklist. You got to be taller than me.
Mm-hmm. Like, Raul's like maybe like 2 inches taller than me, but that cuts it. Except with heels, I could look taller than Raul. But
I've never noticed it.
I feel like with heels, I'm either like a little taller or like the same height. But I don't know. I don't really notice it either. But I'm not gonna lie. When I was looking for like my next boyfriend, I was thinking like he gotta be tall.
That's something taller on my checklist.
At least like an inch or two taller, girl. You don't have to be like 6 feet tall, but like just be taller than me. But
I like tall guys. I think Brian is 6 feet, and I like that he's like tall. But I don't know, like that's just on my checklist. That's why I'm saying like I'm supporting you from a distance, girl. I'm just not doing it. Yeah. But like I don't think that. But I mean, I was gonna say I don't think that should stop you from dating somebody that would stop me from dating somebody if I'm honest. So it's like, I mean,
everybody has their preferences for sure. And I don't even think, I think at the time like it wasn't even a preference of mine. It's just that like I just happened to have ended up with this person. But I mean, it doesn't like change you from like loving them or whatever. But it's funny because like,
why would it change you from?
I know.
You decided to stay with him.
No shit. I'm just trying really hard to not offend him. I'm like, you never
like
know.
I promise it wasn't because you were short.
I'm like, I'm not calling you a dog. Dude, that, I mean, you never know. People are crazy, girl. But I mean, I think it's iconic that people are not, at least not caring as much anymore. I feel like nowadays I wouldn't be worried too much about dating like or shorter guy than me. I feel like back then people would clown on you. Like, I mean, they might still do it.
Like, I know y'all got our opinions, but I definitely asked Brian, like, would you date me if like you were shorter than me? And he's like, that's so weird.
Yeah.
He like, I feel like a man naturally wants to feel like bigger than the woman, right?
I feel like, yeah, I already feel big in general. I don't want to feel bigger next to you.
No, yeah, same.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel like too big next to you either.
Yeah.
But short king spring, mama, go off.
I mean, go off, girly. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, mama. Everyone has a preference. But I used to avoid. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, like, as someone who did date a shorter guy, you know, everybody has a different preference, but I have to be honest. Like, as someone who did date a shorter guy, I was self-conscious about it, and I didn't wear heels ever because I was like, I'm already taller than you in heels. I'm gonna look like fucking like towering over you.
Yeah.
So in my personal experience, it's not that I was seeking a short man. It just happened, and I was very self-conscious about it. I have to be honest.
Yeah, and that's just like you.
I can't lie and be like, oh, I
know.
didn't care. Like, it's not that. I mean, I didn't care overall, but yeah, like, it was weird. I felt some type of way about it because I knew people probably like were like.
Now you know though that that's not something that you would look forward to in another man.
Yeah, and you know what? There's people for everyone. There's people for everyone, but it was just not for me, girl.
Yeah,
nah.
I don't even think I would try it, but. So speaking of our couples, bad qualities.
Okay,
let's talk about bad qualities.
Bad qualities and your man that you don't like. Because like we're already talking about relationships. We talked about what we want to see in a guy. Now tell me what your man has that you're not obsessed with, girl.
Brian always thinks he's right.
Oh my god,
he's a Virgo.
Does.
And it don't matter what argument we're having, I've just learned to agree to disagree.
He really thinks he's always right.
I'm like, yo, you gotta be wrong at some point. And like, honestly, he's really smart. A lot of the times he does end up proving me wrong. But like, yo, like I like if I'm telling you the sky is fucking blue, just agree with me. Like,
dude, I feel like I'm like him though in that sense with Raul. If the sky's fucking pink, it's pink, period. I don't care what it looks like. I said it's pink.
No, like, but I don't like that about him, and he knows it too. But like, I tell him a lot of the times, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're having your moment, like you're right, whatever. But he knows, like he kind of has learned, like, okay, I'm not right, but he still won't agree that he's wrong.
Whoa, see, like I can't, like I'm very like, no, I could agree when I'm wrong, but with Raul and I, like if I know I'm right, like you better understand where I'm coming from. Because I don't want nothing unclear. Like, I still don't know where you're coming. No, but like, I will explain everything to you.
That's just how relationships are. And I see it all the time. Like, when you and Raul are arguing, I'm like, this is like me and Brian. We're not getting 100%. Anywhere in this fucking argument.
Nowhere.
Like, we're getting nowhere.
It's just two people wanting to prove themselves right.
Like, you're trying to prove yourself right. And, like, realistically, everyone has a different brain. I'm like, and sometimes I'll be mad at Brian. I'm like, you're fucking disagreeing to just disagree with me. Like, you know the right answer. And I'm thinking, like, no, what if he really does think different? But part of me, I'm like, you can't be that stupid to think that different, right?
No,
but like that's how relationships are. That's why arguments happen, and sometimes you have to agree to disagree, because I'm like,
for sure happen.
Yo, you're either being petty or you probably really are thinking different from this argument.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Me and Raul can go at it too, where he's like, no, this, and I'm like, no, this.
Yeah,
like we could both be stubborn sometimes.
Sometimes I see like little things like I see with you guys. I'm like, this is every relationship. I've seen it with my friends.
Yeah,
I seen it with my friends too. I'm like, we're all living the same fucking life.
Literally, whenever you see like a group of girls, like I feel like every time I've been in a group of like friends and we start talking about like, so what it annoys you about each other.
We're all living the same life,
and
girl.
we all start talking about like us acting like crazy and shit, and we are like cracking up because we're like, oh my god, we're all the same. Like we're all the same.
There's different levels of crazy for sure.
Oh no, 100%.
But I think it's funny seeing like people's different perspectives.
I think we all got a little bit of crazy.
We all got a little bit of crazy, and I will say, I don't know why it's like normalized, but definitely I wouldn't like Brian to talk to me sometimes the way I talk when I'm angry.
I know.
So you know what I mean?
That part. Sometimes I need to check myself.
I'm so lucky that Brian, like, we balance each other so well when it comes to like, you know, me having an attitude sometimes, because if I ever talk to him the way I've definitely said some shit sometimes where I'm like, why did I say that? That if he told me, I would be like, how
please
dare
let us
you?
know in the comments down below, ladies or guys. Let us know below. Have you ever checked yourself and told yourself, like, if he talked to me, or if she talked to me the way I talk to him, how would you react? Because I feel like a lot of times I could be really fucking sassy and have an attitude, and like you know, and he just puts up with it. But I'm like, if it was flipped the other way, I'm like, girl, I'd be like, you better calm the fuck down. So sometimes we need to check ourselves, mama.
No, I know.
Yeah, acting crazy sometimes. But Raul's like, I guess like the things that, one of the things I don't like about him, like my pet peeve about Raul is not really like a personality trait. It's like that he forgets everything at the drive-thru. I'm like, dude, come on. He always fucks my orders up.
Oh my God, Brian be doing that shit too. I'm like, I told you to get lemon for our tacos, and he didn't get lemon. I'm like, do you not put lemon on your tacos?
Always forgets the ranch. And like, I'm talking like, if you want your order to be done like to perfection, do not send Raul. And he always gotta say like, well, I told them and didn't give it to him. I'm like, there's no way they fucked your order up again, dude. Also, that's why you check your bag before you leave the drive-thru. Because, girl, like, he's always forgetting my ranch or my order will be completely messed up. And I'm like, did you just not, like, give him the order right or what? But it's such a stupid pet peeve, but it's one of our biggest pet peeves. Whoa. That I'm like, well, my biggest pet peeve, I'm like, Raul, come on, dude. Like, you're always, like, fucking up my order.
So since we're over here putting them on blast, what are some qualities you think they don't like about us?
Oof. Oh, I could say things that I mean, I could be fucking, like,
you're
crazy.
Like, where do I start?
I just like sometimes I'm like, girl, like I feel like online a lot of people ever tell you guys like oh my God, like do you guys ever have fights, you know, because obviously
like, girl,
you post online what you edited, like you're not gonna post yourself fights. Like having a freaking fight with your significant other, you know. Sometimes it's funny and sometimes I will leave like little bickering in, like a little bit of it, but you never want to put something out there that because you know people could take it wrong. And even if we know like everybody knows that relationships are you know that there's
the most
fights.
Innocent couple out there, like yes. They have had to fight
even before. The most perfect couple out there is no perfect couple.
There is no perfect couple.
Even if you're so good, you will have fights. But
I actually think the couple that tries to act the most perfect and in love online,
the most fucked up, yeah.
They're the ones with the most problems.
No, for sure. Yeah, everybody fights, y'all. Like people will be like, do you guys even fight? Like you guys look like you guys get along so well. I'm like, whoo. No, like it's so normal. Like sometimes I can't stand Raul, sometimes he can't stand me, and sometimes I'm like, dude, like we're over here fighting for what? Like it's so dumb, but it's so normal. I would actually be worried if we were not fighting. Yeah, and people who will like tell you like, because you know whenever you're having conversations with friends or stuff like that, usually the people that are like, we never fight, we never have issues, like you usually got the most issues.
Y'all hanging out at all?
Because like people,
you gotta have disagreements at least a little bit.
A healthy relationship has fights. It's just, it is what it is.
That it's like that with anybody. I mean, even your own family members. Like you love each other. Like, but I'm gonna disagree with you sometimes. Like
100%. It's
normal.
If anybody ever says like we never fight, we are so good together, those are the people that I'm usually like, oh shit, y'all probably really fighting.
I'm like, y'all fighting real hard behind.
Because if you're asking me that, like, I think our fights are stupid. They're funny. It's funny. I'll be like, yeah, we fight about the dumbest shit, girl. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, before getting to this party, we were arguing on the way here the whole time. You know, like, it's so normal. It's so normal.
Yeah.
Obviously, 100%. To an extent, you know, but it's normal. It happens.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you guys, like, how do you get over you guys arguing? Like, if you have
over a fight?
Yeah.
You know, they say, like, don't go to sleep mad.
Uh-huh.
And shit ain't gonna happen, girl. I think that's unrealistic sometimes because I'm like, I'm heated. Yeah. And like, this is like the thing about guys. I'm like, yo, I'm like in this argument so deep in it. I'm trying to solve it and you're over here roncando.
I'm like, see, I don't want to go to sleep mad. Raul don't give a fuck. He'll be like, it's no big deal. And he'll fall asleep. And I'm like, nah, because I'm going to wake you up.
Yeah.
I'm going to wake you up.
I'm going to have you up till 6 a.m. trying to solve the issue. Like, bitch,
dude, that ass.
No, and you know what's funny? Like for guys, they already know us too. They're like, damn, these bitches are having their moment. You know, like I don't know what it is. I think they know. They also know too. They're like, this is not even worth fighting about. It'll pass tomorrow. She's gonna wake up happy. Forgot about it.
Yeah, and to me, it's like, no, we're not going to sleep mad. Get up, we're talking about this. And to him, it's not that he's like, I don't want to talk about it, I'm going to stay mad. In his mind, he's probably not even mad, and it's just me like, no, we have to, you know. And it's like,
this is why I think it's unrealistic to go to sleep without being angry, because sometimes you need to sleep it off. Sometimes you need to like, if I'm gonna stay up with you till 6 a.m. and we still haven't solved anything, what the fuck was the point?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm very about not going to sleep mad. Like I will like
I'm very about it, but it has happened.
it has, yeah. I think like the first time that it happened to me, I was pregnant with Mia. And I was just like extra emotional. I don't know what the fuck we were fighting about. Something so stupid, I'm sure. But I feel like sometimes the dumbest fights that have no true like meaning to them, you end up fighting for the rest of the day, and then you're like, we were fighting about this, but it's not really that pissed me off. It's the fact that you thought that I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, I have arguments with Raul sometimes where it's like, it's not that you didn't pick that up. It's that you're telling me I didn't tell you to do it, and you're saying that this didn't happen. You know, it's like everything around the actual fight. Like at the end, you're like, what the fuck are we fighting about?
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm fighting about.
Like you really like will peacefully squash it and go to sleep in peace after fighting?
I feel like I can't go to sleep without it. So yeah, we'll usually talk about it. And yeah, sometimes it's just like, okay, get it over with. Give me a hug.
What I'm trying to say is, if anybody out there is listening, if you've gone to sleep mad, it's so normal.
It's 100% normal.
Sometimes you need to sleep it off. Like, it's not realistic to always like squash it before, because I'm still in my feelings. You should try, but sometimes it's like, now we're gonna stay up all fucking night trying to solve it because we're still in agreeing. So what was the point of wasting my sleep?
No, I know. It just depends.
But I think, I mean, it could be a little toxic going to sleep angry, because sometimes I'm like, yo, this anger is keeping me up. I can't even go to sleep. But
that's my problem. I'm not. You're staying up with me.
You're like, sacrificing.
Like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah,
we gotta talk about this. Or I'll be like, oh, so you're sleeping now. Mm-hmm. So
I don't think guys care about fights like that.
I feel like they just.
So did I tell Brian? I'm like, I have arguments because, like, I actually care about this relationship, and you know how, like, but I'm like, no, guys just don't fucking care. I mean, not about the relationship. They just don't care to argue. Like, they're so mellow, and it's like that in general. Like, girls, like, they bicker more, and like, guys are super chill. Yeah. I'm like, y'all, like,
it just depends, because it depends who you're with.
Because there's guys that 100% someone who you could be bickering with.
Yeah,
like, and when I'm telling you we're going to sleep at 6 a.m., it's me bickering. Like, Brian's just quiet there, like, let her have her moment.
That's Raul. He's just there like, okay, are you done?
Yeah.
But there is times where, you know, the other person's the one going off and you're trying to keep it cool. It just depends on who you're with and who you are and who your partner is. Because I've been in the situation where I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you bringing this shit up? Like, why are you being toxic right now for what? Not with Raul, but like where I'm like, yo, like, you just wanted to start a fight for what? Mm-hmm. Like, where like you're on the other side of that and you're like, what the fuck? So it just depends on who it is. But yeah, I mean, as long as that, you know, whether it's the next day or whenever you guys solve it, as long as you're not letting it like drag on for days, I think that.
What's the craziest thing you've done, like, when you're like angry?
Oh fuck. We're really putting each other on blast, huh?
See, we don't have to go there.
We should. I mean, why not? I mean, this is the thing, guys. Please, like, whenever, like, I tell you a story, funny. They're funny. Yeah, like, this is normal stuff that happens, y'all. Because I feel like sometimes some people can see stuff online and be like, oh, that's crazy. And it's like, girl, we all have our crazy moments. Like, we're all, like, humans, you know? Like, everybody is the same, whatever. If you're saying you have a perfect relationship, that's bullshit, period. Mm-hmm. But, I definitely one stands out to me.
Oh, okay.
I think I mentioned it shortly one time in a vlog. No, in like a video or something. So we were arguing about the dumbest shit. This is what I mean when I say that they're the stupidest arguments. We were getting ready to go to Irma's engagement party.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. You called me.
Just to let you know, we did not go to the engagement party after all. That's how
bad it was.
That's how bad I got. For us to miss somebody's engagement party, I was fucking livid, bitch. I was like, for what? And when you're gonna hear like the reason, you're gonna be like, what the hell? So I was getting ready for this engagement party. This is when we were in LA at our apartment over there. Raul was getting ready, and no, Raul was on his computer getting work done. And Buns, our corgi Buns, she wanted to like play fetch, and she kept throwing the toy at me, but I would throw it and have her play with it. But I was like yelling at Raul because I was like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, Buns keeps coming to me with the toy. Like, I have to get ready. I'm already running late. Like, can you throw the damn toy at her, you know? So Raul was like, I guess, like, ignoring her because he's doing like stuff on his freaking computer. So Buns comes crying to me, and I'm like, Raul, like, I'm like, at that point, I'm like, yo, like, I'm getting ready. Like, can you please just play fetch with her? And I don't know what he said. He must have said like, you do it or some shit. And from there, I was like, I'm getting ready. Like, that's how stupid the fight was. Like, how does something little like that escalate so much? And then after that, like, I was mad and I was like, I literally like can't even tell you like how it escalated so much. But literally, like, at one point I was like screaming and crying, like, I can't believe, because then at that point it was getting so late because we were like bickering so much about that little situation that it was getting late, and I was like, we're not even gonna be able to go to this freaking party. So then I was getting frustrated about that.
You were so bad. Do you remember what you told me on the phone?
What did I tell you on the phone? just say it. It's fine. It's fine.
Funny. You were so mad. You're like, no, I really think I'm gonna divorce him. I was like, over buns. I was like, Karina. I was like cracking up. I was like, girl, you're doing the fucking most right now.
You guys,
you were so mad.
I know I sound crazy. Oh my God, I'm really crazy, y'all. No, I know you're sitting there like over
like,
why? Someone's probably thinking like, no, like what else happened that they got that, like, you know.
No, it was over that.
I wasn't gonna fucking divorce him, but to my sister, I'm like, nah, I'm fucking pissed, you know. And I'm
yeah, you were so mad.
I was so mad, and you know what? It's all gonna make sense when I keep talking about it, because later on I found out something. I was like, oh, okay, that's why I was like, my emotions were everywhere. Like, I was just so mad. I can't even tell you how it escalated. There was nothing deeper. There was no meaning to it to get to that point. But yeah, like PMSing, hormone stuff. But it got to that, and then I was just like, we're not gonna make it. Oh my God, what the fuck? And I was just so mad, and I was calling Mayra. I'm like, we're not even gonna make it. We're over here fighting about this stupid ass shit. And then I'm like, we're not gonna go, and I'm like crying and everything. I get so mad to the point that like I start packing his fucking bag, like his clothes. Like when I'm telling you guys, like you're probably thinking like there's gotta be something deeper to this fucking, like, to this story.
You remember once I packed Brian's clothes and I sent you a picture?
Yeah.
Like, why and it was so dramatic?
And it was over some dumbass shit too. Like as Mayra's sister, like, if you ever told me some serious shit that like I would leave a guy for, then of course I'd be like backing you up. But we're always telling each other, and I hate to hear it when I'm in the wrong, and you hate to hear it, but we're always telling each other like, girl, you're doing the fucking most for what? Like, why are you doing that? So I know Mayra was telling me that day, like, why are you acting like this?
I thought it was funny. I'm like, oh, she's having her moment. But like a lot of times I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Literally though, like genuinely, like there was no reason to get that upset. But at the end, like I feel like little fights turn into big fights sometimes. And I'm sure a lot of you guys could agree that sometimes you're fighting and you're like, we don't even know how the fuck the fight started. I don't even know what the root of this was, but now we're fucking mad at each other. So that happened, and yeah, I was like packing his stuff, and then the next day,
that day you were packing his stuff.
What about
that day you were packing his stuff?
That day, yeah.
I was like
throwing it on the bed and shit, like so dramatic. And at the time, I didn't know, but like days later, I found out I was pregnant. So I was like, I think I was just really going through some hormones, bitch. Like, dead ass. And at the time, it made sense. That's when it clicked. I was acting fucking crazy. Like crazy for no reason.
I feel like I've had hormone imbalance for like a while. And I think now that I'm like taking vitamins and stuff, like they've really like helped. But like
PMS is so real.
And like I could tell, like Brian could tell you, like I'm a changed person. It's so weird. Like I would have moments where I was like just so angry for no fucking reason. Like
hormones,
super traumatic
stuff that could really cause like mood swings.
100%. And I told Brian, I'm like, yo, like especially now that I'm looking into PMS, looking into, what is it called?
What? Hormone stuff?
Hormone imbalance. It's called
PCOS.
Yeah, I'm like, I think right now I'm like fine, but I'm like, I think I really had that shit. I'm like, yo, and they say it's like mood swings. But I remember one time, it's actually really funny. Like me and Brian actually laugh about it now. It was a styrofoam plate, so it wasn't anything crazy. But I remember I was making breakfast. And of course, like, you know, it was probably something little that Brian thought he was like fucking right, and I guess I just wasn't fucking having it. So I had just made my peanut butter sandwich. And like it's funny because I could be really, really calm, but like I'll go from like 0 to boom, bitch, over.
Oh my God.
And like I don't know if I just wanted to make like prove my point. I was like, blah, blah, blah. I just said it and I just like threw my plate. Right? I threw my peanut butter plate. And like I walked upstairs and I felt something funny on my head. The fucking pan flew and stuck on my head. The toast got stuck on my head.
And you looked at
and I remember that moment, like we kind of chuckled a little bit because it's like, yo, we just had an argument and the fucking bread is stuck on my head.
I did.
And I walked upstairs and I was like,
you really thought you were doing something walking on mat.
I really thought I was doing something. I fucking threw it like to make my point and like, yeah, like whatever.
And it bounced back.
It bounced on my fucking head. And I remember it was like a moment where I'm like, do I stay mad? Do I laugh? Like, what do I do? I think I came down and we just like laughed it off. Like, what the fuck was that about? Like, it was something so stupid.
That is hilarious.
And like, I could almost reassure you that it's like, it had to be something with like, okay, yeah, you're fucking right. And like, I just threw the fucking plate and it like ruined my morning and it fucking flew to my head.
I did.
And we talk about it till this day. I'm like,
that's funny.
I really thought I did something and the fucking toast got stuck on my head.
That's funny. I feel like when you can look back on a fight and laugh, that's when you know it was like funny and just petty and stupid. When you look back on a fight and you're like, no, that was like deep, or you know, we had it, you know, that's when you know that was probably like a serious fight.
I used to fight a lot when we first got married. Like the first year, it was like such a huge like adjustment to marriage.
I feel like the first couple years they're harder because
your life like changes completely. Like it doesn't matter how much I love you. Like my life is both of our lives are changing so much. It's a whole new world you're not used to. I mean, we didn't live with our mans before we got married. So like I remember like I would just get like, it's funny, it's so weird because I would get homesick even though I live with my family. Like you miss the old you, as weird as it is. Like you were so used to it was just me and handsome, you know, like me and handsome in our room, and like this whole new person's coming in and like I love you and everything, but it's like it's a big life event, like it changes.
Yeah.
So I remember I was very emotional my first year. Like I don't know, like part of me like being married now, like I would get homesick. I'm like, I'm living with my family and I would get homesick. Like that's so weird.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Yeah, but it's like it's just funny, like looking back at like little arguments and stuff. But
if you could laugh at your arguments later, I think that
toast one was definitely like, yo.
I think that's a good thing to be able to laugh at them and be
and
like,
then like
we fight over
what I notice about my arguments, like when we're done with the arguments, I am the kind that will be like, oh shit, like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean? Like too. I'll be like, you know, I still don't agree with you, but like I shouldn't have acted like that.
Yeah. Like,
did I have to throw the fucking toast across the room? Like, no.
That's funny.
But I really was so fucking angry. Like, girl, you really gonna pretend? Like, bye.
No, yeah.
But luckily, yeah, we have like men in our life that you know, no matter how crazy we balance each other out.
It goes back to balancing each other out.
At the end of the day, no matter how crazy these fights are, like Ro and Brian are such good guys. Like they really are just sitting back, like let them have their moment. You know what? You just gotta balance each other out, and in the end, it ends up working out. And we actually had we told you guys on Instagram to tell us your guys' craziest fights.
Yes, crazy.
And I am super excited.
Like confessions with relationships and like your love life and stuff.
So I'll start with mine. Someone said, I let my man have lunch with his ex as a friend, right? Later found out they planned to hook up. I'm thinking like, girl, you plotted this shit for them.
Hold on, you let her? Hell no, I would never.
She let them. It's like you telling Ro, like, yeah, you like he asks you if you can go have dinner with his friend, and he ends up fucking her.
I don't want you going to have dinner with any
or
friend,
lunch, whatever.
Like, first of all, with any friend, no, I would. But I like someone you even just talked to in the past. No, you cannot go have lunch with her. Mm-hmm. My best friend from high school, she's a girl, you know, we're just besties, like,
and that was her ex. Like,
yeah, even if it was just like we just had like we were just talking, we were not actually in a relationship. Even if you're like, we never dated, we never had a thing, but I used to have a crush on her in high school, you're not going. You had a thing for her. If you had any feelings for each other, I'm not about it.
I'm not even letting you go on a date with a girl. Have lunch with a girl.
Period.
Unless it's your mom. Like, why are you going on lunch with a girl?
Honestly, I gotta be real too. Like, I don't like. I know that everybody thinks different about, like, you know, they could go have lunch with like their friend, or how they can have.
Why do you have a girlfriend?
Like, you could have a friend, but
not like to be going to lunch without me, bitch. Y'all, that shit ain't right.
Like, you could have friends that are girls, but I want to eat too.
And you're gonna have friends. You're gonna have girlfriends because of me. You're not gonna like, you know what I mean? That's weird.
You gotta be real. You guys have to be real.
This is real.
Like, some
and
people
like,
don't
like Brian had a best friend that was a girl before we met. And like, I never even joined in to tell him like, y'all have to cut it off. Brian naturally, as a man, I'm sure was like, this is weird. And he just like cut her off.
He cut her off?
Like,
did they have anything at all?
I don't know. And you know what's funny?
Crush?
Let me spill some tea. So this girl, they were like literally like best friends, right? Brian and this girl. And when I saw his Instagram, I was like, oh, he has a girlfriend. Like, she was like sitting on his lap. Oh, they had pictures of like her kissing him on the cheek. Like, they were like that.
Okay,
they were like that girl.
Okay, besties.
Yeah, I was like, okay, come on, besties. Like, period. Besties. So I told Brian, I'm like, you know, I know you want to say you're best friends, but you guys had a thing for each other. 100%, right? And he did even say that like when they were like younger, they like, I think like her mom wanted them to date or something. It was something like where people like would ship them, but like, I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird. And and luckily once we started dating, like completely
he just
like
naturally like
he just completely distanced himself. But I wish Brian was
for him
here
to do that though. Like, he knows that
he knew
did have something for each other
because yeah, right,
yeah.
I don't know, but
that's good though.
I'm not here. If he told me like I'm gonna go have dinner with her, even if they were just friends, I'm like, why am I not going with you guys?
Yeah.
Why are you still in contact with her?
You could have
girlfriends.
Friends. You can, you know, like a guy could have girlfriends. That's fine, like friends that are girls. But you know, the way you explain that, like sitting on his lap, kissing each other on the cheek and stuff, that to me, like I've seen, for example, like our brother Luis, like I've seen him have friends that are girls, and like we're all friends with each other, like family friends and stuff, where we could go have lunch with them and stuff, but they're like friends. But Luis would never have them sitting on his lap and kissing them.
I do sometimes think about that relationship. I'm like, what does this girl think? Like, was she like hoping he eventually asked her out and he just like cut her off?
Oh my god.
Or like, what was the scenario? Because they were very close up until the day that me and Brian started talking.
Yeah, maybe they had a thing for each other, but they were just like friends at the time.
He did tell me, he's like, we never like actually made anything official. Like nothing ever happened. It was just like they were super close, where like you could tell there was like a crush. But I'm like, did you like what did like? The girl would probably really had hopes that you would ask her out and you just cut her off. Like,
oh yeah, it could be a possibility, because I think, you know, sometimes.
And it's funny because like she's still kind of like her brother like is still very close to Brian. Like he hasn't seen her in like forever, but like it is like awkward. I'm like, oh my god, what, like does she ever feel weird, like, oh shit, about it? Because to Brian, like what he tells me, he's like, we're just really close friends. I'm like, crazy. She was kissing your cheeks. She wanted something different from you. Yeah,
I think
just
never
asked her out. I think or you both had crushes on each other, which that's what I think.
Yeah,
he's just not.
I think some people could have like friends and like genuinely being like just friends. Personally, like I've never seen Raul have female friends like ever, unless he was like probably talking to them. So if he all of a sudden
this just like,
got a friend, I'd be like, nah.
I literally had a dream last night. I'm like, oh shit, this is bringing up like a dream that I had last night, that because you know how the guys hung out yesterday on 420. All the guys hung out, and like I don't know why I dreamt about it, that there was like a girl that went. And I was like, why was there a girl that went to this thing when even I wasn't in my own home? Because it's a guy thing.
I'm dead.
Yeah, and it was like a girl that Brian had invited. In my dream, guys, this is not real life. In my dream, and he was like, oh, she's just like part of the squad. And I was thinking like, no, the fuck she's not. Your own woman left the house because it was a man thing, but you invited a girl over. It was like something crazy.
Dreams really be fucking up relationships. I was kidding. No, dreams will cause fights.
Yeah, I still don't think a guy should have a girlfriend.
Yeah, everyone thinks different. I think that some can. In my case, my man has never had girlfriends that are friends.
I think you could have acquaintances, but to have a girlfriend where you're like hanging out without me, like that shit is not
without
normal.
Me, like nah. Raul has never had friends that are girls, so if it just happened out of nowhere, I'd be like, nah, something's not right, because you've never had him in the freaking almost 10 years that we've been dating. Yeah, you haven't had one.
Like I know Brian has like acquaintances, like girlfriends,
yeah, of course,
like friends of a friend, but like I see like him voluntarily be like, I have a best friend with me, let's like, no,
I don't know, yeah,
that's so fucking weird.
Okay, so we got some good ones. I had to bring this one up because this one actually stood out to me the most. So I was like, what the fuck? Okay.
Really?
Get ready. I whooped my mother-in-law's ass for disrespecting me. I put up with her talking down on me for 5 years while I just sat there. And then she put another one. She called my son fat and said if I don't put him on a diet, he would end up like his mom, which is her. Which is her.
Oh shit! You know, at
So
first you
what do you
had me.
think?
You had me at the first whipping her ass, but now I'm like, she deserved it.
Hold on. So
Okay, that's hard.
what do you think about somebody physically fighting their mother-in-law?
I mean, I think it's overboard. I don't think it should have gotten physical.
I gotta say this.
I would never.
I would never be, but I also could say that I have been very lucky with my mother-in-laws.
Me too.
And my mother-in-law is an angel. Like she is a queen. But I have heard mother-in-law, like, you know, stories where it's like the mother-in-law from hell. And I don't know in that situation, like how far did they have to push you? For her to call her son fat and say, it's like someone telling you, your kid's fat. If you don't get them on a diet, they're gonna turn out like you, like you're like their mom. And it's like,
I'm not even.
You're offending the both of us.
My first thought would be like, where the fuck is my man backing me up and letting his mother talk to me like that?
That part.
I would be probably whipping his ass first before. Imagine.
I see some TikToks of
I would be telling him like, "Yo, calm your fucking mom down."
I see some TikToks of like there's this girl and the mother-in-law is like literally fighting her on live and the guy's just there and it's like everyone's telling him like, dude, defend your girl. Like,
see, that's not right.
Like I feel like, you know, like if my mom was disrespecting Raul and I knew she was in the wrong, I'd be like, Mom, chill. What are you doing?
Luckily,
like,
my mom
girl,
doesn't admit it at all.
Yeah, my mom doesn't.
And
get
the
it,
same thing with my suegra and Karina's suegra. But if my mom had a mouth on her, I'd be like, calm the fuck down.
I'd be like, Mom, like, don't do
That's
this.
my husband.
Yeah.
Like, yo.
I love my parents to death. But if they were in the wrong, I'd be like, yo, like, what are you doing, you know? Mm-hmm. So I would expect this guy too. Like, did he defend her? Maybe he did. And maybe, like, I want to know more. I want to know. I mean, what
maybe
happened.
Also if it was something that, like, you know, the husband was also standing up for her and, like, they both were like, this lady's crazy. I mean, you have to poke at me a million times and talk, you know, depending. Also, if this was like, you're talking about my child, especially if it came from like a different.
She
like,
said 5 years of putting up with her shit.
Yeah.
So
I would have been fucking hate her. I'd be like, you got a fucking mouth on you for sure.
To whoop. I just thinking of this elderly woman.
It shouldn't have gotten physical. It shouldn't have gotten to that extent. But I am also putting myself in her spot. Especially think of like if maybe her kid came from another, you know, like if she came with her kid into this relationship. I'm whooping ass if you're talking about my child.
Oof, bitch.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
If you're my baby's grandma,
yeah,
you're gonna talk about my baby girl.
But it makes it a little bit more offensive if like that child comes with me and we're like a new, you know what I mean? It's like you and Mia and like Raul wasn't the father and like you know your suegra's judging your kid, bitch. That makes it a little different.
God, no. You
know,
I can't see myself fighting my suegra. But I could say that I'm not in the situation where
but
I have crazy suegra.
She also says that she stayed quiet for 5 years.
No, when it comes to that point, I feel like, yeah, like who knows how crazy it got for them to get physical. But I mean, you're
and then the suegra's like, oh my God, pinche loca, she's over here beating me up.
You know
like, no, bitch, you deserved it for sure.
And we just gotta comment down below, guys. Do you have a good relationship with your mother-in-law? I want to know the tea because I've heard a lot of stories where people don't, and some stories where people do.
It's really common for people not to, which is crazy.
And we're just lucky that we're
really lucky.
We get along with them, Mayra. Because to me, it's very important to get along with my in-laws. It's very important because I know I married him, but he's a family guy and I want him to, you know, see his family. I want us to all become one family. So it's really important for us to get along. So if I was in that situation, oh my God, that shit would be eating me up all the time. Like I don't like that we don't like each other. But she whooped her ass, girl. That's crazy. What do you guys think about that? Of her whooping her mother-in-law's ass?
Yeah, that's a very
shook.
Interesting question because there's like different perspectives, you know.
Definitely.
Violence is never the answer, but sometimes they gotta fucking end shit like that. You just gotta like
it is the answer.
Sometimes violence will keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
So just depends. This one's kind of interesting. It says his dad kicked me out of a wedding because he was mad I came. I was a wife at that time. He just was being petty. She actually wrote a few down where I'm like, whoa. He threw Chinese food at my car after a fight. I was mad because the chow mein was bomb. His mom told me I didn't trust him because he was complaining. He was liking booty pics on IG.
Not the booty pics, girl.
He told his mom about what my vagina looked like. Like,
this girl is putting. You need to end that
I'm like, okay,
girl.
but like her saying like his dad kicked me out of a wedding because he was mad at.
Oh, she doesn't have a good relationship
I was
with him.
the wife at that time. That means that she's not with him anymore.
Yep. So you have a bad relationship with your in-laws.
Person. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know she was divorced. Isn't that crazy? I was like, oh, and I remember when she got married. Well, anyways, apparently he's toxic. He's liking booty pics. He threw chow mein at you. His dad was upset you went to a fucking wedding and you guys were married at that time.
Mom, I mean,
I'm glad you left that relationship.
I'm glad you left that relationship, girl. Because that
toxic mother-in-law, toxic father-in-law, and toxic husband.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Honestly, girl, I'm glad you left.
I'm so glad you left, girl.
That is crazy. Like, what? Y'all, people do not know how to act. I really hope I never am that mother-in-law. Like, God forbid. Like, I know naturally, like, how I think right now, I wouldn't. But, like, yeah, fucking, I hope somebody checks me if I'm saying some stupid shit.
Deadass.
As a mother-in-law. Or I hope my kids don't have a shitty mother-in-law, because then I'm going to be whooping ass, too. I'm a whoop.
That part. Okay.
It's hard.
So, I was about to say the person that said it. Oh, my God. No, these are anonymous. Someone said, I had our first baby a year ago. I just found out he's been talking to a girl for a whole year. So I tased him with my taser gun. He didn't call the cops, as he should.
Wait, say that again?
So I had our first baby a year ago, and I just found out he's been talking to a girl for a whole year. So I tased him with my taser gun. He didn't call the cops, as he should. So she tased him.
So she wanted him to.
She just had her baby a year ago, and she found out that he's been cheating for a year. So this whole time that she was pregnant, or this whole time since she gave birth, like, he's been cheating on her. So she tased him with a taser gun, and he didn't call the cops. I mean, go the fuck off.
I mean, I would have done more, but I'm just kidding. No, taser gun. How bad is that?
Honestly.
Look. I mean, just leave his ass, girl. He ain't calling the cops on you. I don't know, like, what was the purpose? Did he want him to call the cops on you?
No, I'm sure she didn't. She wouldn't want the cops.
Wait, but what if she did and he didn't call the cops?
As he should. I think she's saying, like, as he should. He shouldn't call the cops, you know?
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, do you want him to go to jail? I'm like, you're going to go to jail because you're the one that tasted him.
Yeah, you guys should leave with the comments that you guys should leave the craziest thing you've ever done in a relationship.
It's not worth getting physical because now you're going to jail for assaulting him and he cheated. But like, now you end up losing, girl.
At the moment, you're probably so angry that, like, you know,
we
find out, like, someone's been cheating on you your whole pregnancy. Piece of shit. You know, like, I don't know what I would do.
Piece of shit. Like, no.
Piece of shit.
Absolute piece of shit.
I saw some of
I can't do it.
I just have to bring it up because I saw a few of, like, the he cheated on me with my cousin thing. I see a lot of those, and I hear about that a lot, where, like, your man cheats on you with your cousin, and I'm like, can you imagine that? Like, and I know it's, like, I've heard a lot, and I remember I used to know a person that their man was always cheating on that person with her cousin, and, like, the cousins had, like, this rivalry where they were always fighting, like, no, he's mine, and I'm thinking, like, ridiculous. The fact that y'all are fighting for this piece of fucking scum shit under my feet, bitch, I just can't. I can't do it. He's cheating on both of you cousins. Also, can you imagine proudly saying, yeah, I'm fucking my cousins, man? Like,
y'all got no morals at all.
Like, girl, how do you do that so proudly and you're still fighting for him?
All of you guys are in the fucking wrong for that. The guy, the girls, y'all all fucking crazy.
Like, your cousin, when it comes to a family like that, like, girl,
insane.
Like, why would you even give that motherfucker a second chance?
If I feel like I'm like begging and I'm like the second option, I don't want it, period.
Hell no, yeah.
Because now I'm competing with somebody else. I shouldn't be competing, honey. I should be your priority.
That part.
Fuck that. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
This one. When we had been together just a few months and it was his birthday, his ex texted him while I was riding his dick.
Wait, what?
I broke hotel merchandise. She was talking about how she missed him so much and he taught her true love. I broke all the lamps on at the hotel and got kicked out. Oh shit.
Okay. So she found this out mid riding.
So while she's fucking, right, you get a text from the girl and says,
how did you look at your phone,
I taught him true love.
I'm thinking, like, how do you, like, pick up your phone while you're doing
Girl,
it?
I'm hearing the vibrations going. I'm ignoring that shit. I was doing like, why on the phone?
Vibrations?
Yeah, like the vibrations on the phone.
Oh, I thought you meant like a toy or something. I thought you meant like you're too focused on the vibration.
What?
Mama. I was like,
no,
that's crazy though. Like, not even like I saw a TikTok of someone saying like, when you think about the fact that your man did shit with other bitches, like even before they knew you, you're like, I mean, some people don't care. I don't care either, but I just don't want to like envision the fact that
like
you did
he really
other
was
stuff.
fucking somebody else. I can't. No, this is a TikTok.
Like in the past.
This was a TikTok. When you realize your man was taking off helping a girl take off her underwear at some point.
And then she's like, oh man, huh? Yeah, like
I'm like, wait a fucking minute. You really were over here helping a bitch take off her undies. I can't do it.
Yeah, like even if it was before they even knew you, like I know some people are gonna be like, who cares? Like literally, like actually, who cares? Of course,
I mean, who
overall,
really cares?
Overall, like who cares? When you actually envision it, though, you're like, no, you know,
100%.
But I have one last one on my end, and I just thought it was perfect. This is how they should all end. My husband cheated on me. We got a divorce. Now I'm loving life and thriving. That
part
is how it should be.
That's how it should be. I feel like a lot of women don't love themselves enough these days.
And it's not even also like sometimes I feel like it's comfort. Sometimes I feel like it's having kids. Sometimes the guy, you know, pays all the bills. And unfortunately, I have heard this so many times where, you know, where someone's really going through it, and I'm like, why are you with him?
Yeah,
and
I'll take that back.
Well,
I think
he pays the bills. He puts a roof over my head, and this is why it's important for you to secure yourself,
secure your own bag,
be financially stable on your own.
Yes,
I understand that sometimes, and you know what? Sometimes,
yeah. So I'm like, let me take that back, loving yourself, because I feel like from like an outsider, hard. It does seem like that. You're like, oh shit, like to allow that, and like, you know, do you even love yourself? But I think it's deeper, like having kids. Maybe you wouldn't be able to just like walk out, you know, you wouldn't have the money to have a roof over your head, whatever it is. That's why you should always secure the bag on your own,
or have somebody that you could rely on for a plan B, because I do understand that, you know, sometimes you're a stay-at-home mom,
and this goes to anybody. A lot of women deal with like violence. I mean, like crazy
and
stuff.
And they put up with it
because, you know, maybe the dad's like the breadwinner and they don't have anything to like,
yes,
you know, support themselves.
But also, if you do have, you know, your mom, you have some sisters, brothers, family, friends, just know that, you know, you can get out of that. You can. Yeah. I think it's really important to not just stay. And I know it's so much harder. It's easier said than done, of course, especially when you have kids and everything. When you're in a relationship, though, that it's just a relationship, you're not married, you have no kids, and this guy's just a piece of fucking shit, cheating on you, treating you like shit, and you're just with him because it's more like, oh, I just love him and it's hard to leave.
Yeah.
Those, like, you gotta wake the fuck up one day. Those, I will fully tell you, like, girl, like, wake up.
I will never agree with any of that. I just won't. Like, I know naturally, like, you do what you end up doing, but like, I don't agree with cheating. I don't agree with violence. I don't agree with any of that. And if you're in it, you should leave. You should have left. And if you didn't, that's okay too, if you guys were able to figure it out. But if it's still happening, I think it's very toxic. I think that could ruin somebody.
That could ruin your kids as well.
Yeah, you know, your kids having to find out your dad's over here cheating on mommy.
Yes,
he has like a whole different woman. Like, that is so toxic.
A lot of times,
you know, like it's super, super toxic. And I also do believe that sometimes, I mean, I wouldn't be able to forgive it, but I do think sometimes, like, when, you know, the woman or the man, they end up doing something stupid to jeopardize a relationship. If it was like a one-time thing where they fucked up and like you're willing to change and like, okay, I get it, you know, I'm not judging you guys. You guys were able to fix it. But if this man is continuously, or woman,
a serial cheater, like, girl,
a serial cheater, someone that is, I think even just putting your hands in general, that I don't even 100%.
Think, like, you put your hands on me, it's fucking done.
Even if you did it once,
that's
like,
unforgivable.
That is unforgivable for me.
100%.
I think if I've put myself in crazy scenarios where I'm like, I've told Brian, I'm like, if you ever dare cheat on me or hit me, I'm filing for divorce. I don't give a fuck if you were drunk out of your mind. I'm doing it because
that part.
There's a little bit of truth in all of it, and you clearly were like, no, I just don't.
I wouldn't allow it either. And like I said, a lot of people sometimes will stay with their husband or their wife because of the kids. Because it's not just like about the husband. Like sometimes, you know, it's either or. So you stay with your significant other for the kids, and you think you're doing something good, but you're actually like, you're damaging that child.
Yeah.
My mom will openly say that she wishes that her parents would have fucking split up, done their own thing. My grandma tried to, you know, may she rest in peace. She tried to make it work for so long that my mom says that she has so much like trauma and emotional damage from seeing them go through so much shit.
She has a lot of like rancor to my grandpa too.
She has a lot of
she talks about like certain things that obviously were not okay, and she's like, I just have that, like, she obviously loves her dad, but she's like, I have that like like anger of like, how dare you do that to my mom. So it becomes really toxic. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys were able to solve your issues from like, I don't know, like, you know, yes, people are not perfect, people make mistakes, but like, if it's continuously happening,
sometimes you have to know your worth, know your kids' worth, know how much this is affecting your family's worth. Because my mom will openly tell you, say like, I wish they would have just fucking split up and been happy on their own, so I didn't fucking deal with any of that shit.
Yeah,
because that scars kids. But
yeah, it's crazy.
Y'all. We talked a lot about relationships.
Way too fucking long too, but
we ramble so much, y'all. But I really like this episode because I feel like yeah, like it's just, I mean, it was all about like relationships. And
we really out here exposing our fucking fights, girl. But well, we hope you guys enjoyed this very long episode. Let us know in the comments, if you're watching from YouTube, your craziest fights, girl.
Yeah, comment down below what's
and would you forgive a cheater? Would you forgive if somebody put your hands on you, girl? But thank you guys for listening, for watching, and we'll catch y'all next week. See you guys later.